Welcome to Inside the Firm, a podcast dedicated to small business owners and hosted by entrepreneurs, Alex Gore and Lance Cayko. Each week, they take you on their journey of how to start, run, and grow a business by bringing you inside their architecture and real estate development firm. Get a behind-the-scenes tour of how these business leaders manage their clients and foster company culture while creating new and innovative projects. And now your hosts, Alex Gore and Lance Cayko.
Welcome to another episode of Inside the Firm. I'm here with Lance, NAHBPsycho.com.
That's right.
I'm Al, NAHB Gore. We have a great show for you today. We've been away for a while, so we're happy to have you back. We'll obviously talk about what I just alluded to, the National Association of Homebuilders, billings, the economy, and our greatest marketer of all time, Tyler Suleimani.
Yeah.
Before we do that, let's talk a little bit and pay the bills. First, if you are interested in taking your future into your own hands and going from an architect to builder, or if you're thinking about also training up your staff and modeling with more responsibility and learning Revit Rocketship, and if you're thinking about leveling up your business so that you're efficient and profitable, all of that is in one course for you. It's architectsguide2.com. Well, actually, no, it's not.
No, it's not. Hello.
Buildabetterco.com. Buildabetterco.com. Send me a direct email if you want to get started. akg@f9productions.com.
Last but certainly not least, if you can't find the product data you're looking for, you might be using the wrong search engine. Broad searches result in consumer products, out-of-date information, and websites that hide or don't have the information you're looking for. If you need specifications, CAD or BIM, arcat.com is your search engine. Find and download the up-to-date data you need fast. That's arcat.com. Is free and requires no registration, so try Arcat today. That's ARCAT.com. Al, back to me.
Back to you.
Cameraman Bill said we should have a pumpkin today for like a mascot. We should have a pumpkin right here for October. I failed Cameraman Bill, but what I did succeed at finally after talking about it for 2 or 3 months was Lance and Al finally joined the National Association of Homebuilders.
Can I pause you?
Yeah.
Why a pumpkin? Just change the scenery?
Because America first. Mr. Nicholas J. Fuentes, he always has a pumpkin. We should have one too. It's October.
Okay,
That's it.
That's why. Gotcha. I thought we were gonna start.
That's it. Just a Halloween theme.
I thought we were,
Frankly,
and then we'll have a Christmas theme, and then
a little treat.
Spring.
Well, hey,
It's
yeah, exactly.
spring.
Like, oh yeah, we could have a pumpkin. We could have a little Thanksgiving something.
Oh sure.
Cornucopia. Get a little
Yep.
cornucopia.
Yeah.
You're just eating grapes the whole time, and then a little Christmas tree.
Grapes are great.
Yeah.
My kids are discovering grapes somehow. Like we haven't had grapes before, but now they're like, why have we not had these before?
Oh, they're amazing.
Yeah.
Right.
Like, I'm sure we have, and I'm sure you whined about it and didn't eat them.
Exactly. And we were worried about you choking, children.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, so we finally took the leap. I did it. We did it. Everybody, we did it. We joined the National Association of Home Builders, but we also joined the AIA.
Oh, we did.
That's
I forgot
right.
about that.
So we have, God bless Alex Crash for taking the leap, jumping to the dark side, joining the AIA, because we're going to try to submit for a couple of awards this year in Colorado. But I wanted to contrast the two from my initial reaction to the welcoming, because I asked our associate employee, project manager, project architect, Denver guy, what it was like what was the welcoming like from the AIA versus what we got from the NAHB. And so in short, Alex got a generic email back after he joined. That was it. No phone call.
Oh.
No additional do this or that. Just that's it. Just like welcome.
Okay.
Welcome. The NAHB was the opposite. Was the absolute opposite, which has kind of been my point the whole time with like diving into their articles and seeing how they align, I think, better with me. Certainly it seems Al too, with like what they're trying to do with just like they do a lot of local work is what I found out, which is really exciting. So there's a bunch of different chapters. We were teetering between the Northern Colorado chapter, or the Denver Metro chapter. We chose Denver Metro because we just are building more in Denver Metro. And I called both chapters. I got a hold of a person right away. I asked them questions. They immediately, after the phone call, sent me information.
Yep.
Then Al and I had our boss lunch on Wednesday, and we decided between the two chapters. Once we joined, then they sent us all kinds of like presentations and stuff too that Al and I went through. It was like all the fees were just all very obvious, the benefits, the not benefits, all that kind of stuff. Then we joined. Then I got 2 phone calls. I got a phone call from like the state president right away.
Wow.
And he's asking me all kinds of questions about us. Why did we join? I didn't even tell you this.
No.
Why did we join? Who we are, where we started. I told him why we joined, because it seems like they can actually move the needle in each jurisdiction.
Yep.
And get like increases in whatever kind of building fees, at least reduced, or they're moving in the right direction with deregulation.
Or fight. So here's, for example, the affordable housing fee for each door on one of our projects in Longmont is $21,000. So it seems like the NAHB, because they have this spreadsheet where they track the different cities and what initiatives are going on and whether they are advocating for or against it or what the position is. And talking common sense, which I don't feel like the AIA does, because I'm an architect. I understand this. They want their cake and eat it too. They don't understand that like doing all this complexity contradicts maybe their main goal. And they will advocate common sense, like, okay, this is going to make everything less affordable. It's been proven in studies. It's going to make everything less affordable. So there's a huge issue there. We should really, really take the... I won't go anymore. But anyways, I'm getting to the point of that, like, they're systematic. They're practical. They're very, very practical is the sense that I got.
And I know the AIA has legislative committees, but it seems... But the NAHB, what I'm noticing is, like, they have... It seems like a multi-pronged attack with their committees. And that people are really focused on... And maybe they're more effective. I don't know yet. We're barely in month 1. Like, I think the first meeting I have is in 2 weeks. A big like sort of cocktail hour down in Denver. But from the outside in, I'm reading all the literature that I've read so far with all of these emails I'm getting from them. The communication has been fantastic. Who's ever running all their marketing stuff is just amazing. It seems like maybe the reason why the NAHB appears more successful in their deregulation efforts and their common sense efforts is that we the builders are the ones looking at the money, like we're the ones, like the builders and the developers and the land developers, like we're the ones where the rubber meets the road.
It's not a theory. It's not
the architects are aware of the pro forma and the development, but they aren't controlling the cells.
Yep.
You know?
And here, if you think that, like, hey, we're being too harsh on the AIA, and you're a local president, we've had the president of NCARB, National Council of Architecture,
and vice president
of registration boards. Honestly, happy to have you on. Happy to have you discuss, what the advocacy is, how it's helping, because I am sure it's not black and white. I am sure that there's a lot of good stuff going on. So just happy to invite anyone.
But we're just telling a story about us, boots on the ground, welcoming versus the differences in the welcoming, and it seems like the tenacity of either organization and how they're actually trying to be honestly just more personable, which is just really refreshing. So anyway, had this phone call. It was like 15 minutes. It was awesome.
Yep.
He invited me to all these things. He was so glad that we joined. They immediately yesterday posted our gave us a shout out on LinkedIn through the state of Colorado, which is really cool. I uploaded everything I could as soon as I was prompted to, with like creating a profile. They have a mentor and a mentee.
Love it.
Did you see this? Like, I'm gonna try.
We talked about this, and that's the reason we decided not to join both, is because we shouldn't be getting a mentor from one, and then we're doing confliction and like we should try this or that. We're like, no, we should just have one mentor. right? Like,
Yeah.
let's not be stupid.
Yeah. So it happened. We're doing it. I'm going to keep everybody posted. I'm excited about it. I'm seriously thinking about joining already one of their legislative committees. If there's one that's local to us, I think I can spare the time and figure it out. I think it'd be a really good way to network. I'm excited about the networking as like here's the ultimate thing is like to really peel back the onion for all you architects listening is like imagine if you are like us, an architect who is also a builder. And you join your local National Association of Home Builders. And by the way, you get once you join, for us anyway, you join national, you join state, and you join your local chapter, all in one. And then you get invited to all these networking events and everything. Imagine if you are the only architect who is sitting at the table with the rest of these builders, talking common sense, still doing great design, really good design, maybe even complicated, hard, high-end design like we do. But it's broken down, modeling like it's built, brilliant at the basics, all the F9 principles. Yeah. And you start winning over the rest of these builders and you start earning their work. Yeah. Because you also maybe have in your back pocket, where they're like, well, you're a competitor. And you're like, nope, we have a strict set of rules like F14 does. Got to be within 30 minutes to build, 30-minute radius to build. Got to be cash. Got to be all these. You've got to like them.
And I don't think they care about competitors because they're all builders. They're all builders, so they're all competitors.
They're all competitors
so
anyway.
You are less of a competitor. The two things that I'll point out is we never even asked, like, what if we were just an architecture firm? Can we join? I'm sure they would have said yes.
They said yes. No, I already looked into that.
Oh,
you could have done that.
Perfect. The other thing is I don't. What was the fee for it? Do you even remember?
For us, it was like $1,300 or something like that.
Okay, so
$1,300, and then the way it also works is like. So between the two chapters, one was less than 1,000, one was over 1,000, and then also they audit you, and it's it's on an honor system. You say how many doors have you pulled a permit for?
Yep.
And then you pay a small fee per door. But the coolest thing is they go. Here's one of the benefits is they go. We will go to bat for you if there's a really stuffy building inspector. We will go to bat for you if the planning and zoning department is being crazy. We will go to bat for you if the building department's being crazy, the fire department. I'm like, whoa, somebody's on my side?
And I would differentiate that permits pulled. If we aren't pulling the permit and the contractor is, then we aren't submitting that because if he's in the NHAB or whatever, so it just like you think about it that way as well. Yeah. So don't scare yourself out of like, oh, I'm doing 84 units, a 84 plex. One, there's a multifamily discount and stuff like that. But two, it's like, okay, if you aren't pulling the permit, you're not paying that fee.
Yeah. I think there's what I've noticed between the difference between architects and builders being swimming in both is, you tell me if you've noticed this as well, Al, or something similar, is like the architects are still very close-vested. Everybody's a little snobby, and our egos are pretty huge, mine included. Builder side of things, like a lot more collaboration, a lot more willingness to share, even share subs, give referrals, work together, like commiserate. That's my take is like I never feel like I'm competing like you were saying. It's just it seems like it's like a friendly competition.
Yeah, and then I would say that's true, but I would give the architects credit here just because they've been inviting me to conferences and stuff like that, and it seems like everyone has been pretty open, pretty collaborative.
Good.
Pretty
Maybe it's getting better.
Like even some of the talks at the Montana AIA, a couple of these architects, I've already mentioned them. Anyways, they're great, amazing, and they're like very self-effacing. Like, hey, yeah, this is where we screwed up. Hey, we tried this.
Wow.
Did not work out.
Well, good. Maybe it's moving in the right direction.
Yeah.
Hey, maybe they're following. Maybe they're like catching up. That's all good.
Exactly. So
yeah,
that's it. It's great.
So this is the first. I'm gonna segue Al into the next segment here, which is we've been begging for this all year. We are sorry we missed the last 3-4 episodes of Inside the Firm. I've been elk hunting. I did not shoot an elk. I almost did. Al's been out of the office
Al
too.
surgery Gore.
Yep, Al surgery Gore. He's fixed again though.
Yeah,
he's bionic. He's bionic. And the next time you go under the knife, can you just tell them to put in Neuralink?
Oh yeah.
Just right as they try to sedate you.
Yep.
So you're just kind of woozy.
No, it's so funny.
Please put in Neuralink.
So the anesthesiologist, while I'm in the prep room beforehand, you're already hooked up, and then I see him put in his stuff, but he doesn't say anything like, "Hey, I'm now administering it," and then they wheel me into the operating room, and I'm like, "Great!" At some point, I'm just talking, whatever. Nurses doing their stuff, doctor getting his stuff on. I'm like, they're gonna have me count backwards from 10. The next thing I know, I woke up.
Wow, didn't happen.
Yep. So what happened during all of that?
During all of that.
During all of
That's
that.
what I'm saying.
The Fed, you probably know. If you don't, you're getting your information straight from us, and we love it. The Fed cut 50 basis points, which is 0.5%. That's the way they talk. Lance is excited.
Let's go. Thank you, Joe Biden. Thank you, Kamala Harris.
Yep. Or Jerome Powell.
All of you guys.
All of you. Yep.
Killing it. You're literally killing it and also killing it. You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying. Exactly what you're saying.
All right.
Okay. Besides that, jobs came in this month report, literally today, 250K, or maybe it was yesterday, jobs added, only 150K expected. They've been revising up and down, but this is such a more than expected that even if they revise down, it's still, positive jobs. I am really excited about that, where the jobs are at. And I think that because me and you were laid off. We understand what laying off means. We understand how disruptive it is.
Mm-hmm.
I think that we substituted the recession for inflation. And I think
agreed.
Yep. Instead of let's just say 500,000 to 1 million people getting laid off, everyone got their grocery bills just through the roof and everything else. So all of a sudden you just can't buy as much. Just to give a heads up, the next inflation report is October 10th. Because that will affect what happens at the end of the year with the Fed. And they only have 2 more meetings, and one is November 6th to 7th. So there will be 2 inflation reports for them to look at. And it depends on what happens. And even if it ticks up, it depends if it's...
They have a Fed meeting on the 6th and the 7th, right before
November.
Election Day?
Oh, that's hilarious.
Wow, they aren't going to do shit. I'm serious. I'm very confident about that. They aren't doing nothing. They gave a little, but that's all that's happening. I don't think we'll see another rate cut until next year.
Okay. I'll say there's November and December. I'll say they'll do a quarter in one of those 2. That will be mine. That will be my prediction.
Either way, I'm super happy about the rate cut. Have I seen people instantly start moving in a positive direction? No, because the biggest linchpin of all is literally almost 30 days away. This election, there's just so much uncertainty. Nobody knows what to believe, right? Not to get into it too deeply, but I don't blame both left, right, up, down, inside, and out. All the people, we're just like, what? We just want to know what's going to happen in the next 4 years. That's it. Whether he or she goes for it, it's that's what we're up against. And then, and you just hear it all around. Everybody who's selling right now, it's the same. Everybody's saying the same stuff, and I'm not even prompting them to say it. I need a Fed. Everybody seems like they need a rate cut. Everybody's worried about the election. And that's where we're at. But there are so many people that want to do stuff. People want to make money and do things. People have to build. They can't help themselves. I can't help myself.
Yep.
Yeah.
And I also think too that after people wait after the election, the national average of interest rates is 6.21, and that might be off by a little bit.
Okay.
But after the election, if there is another quarter point, and people see it's in the 5 handle, 5.75, 5.95. I think that number will be more digestible because the psychology, wasn't it 6, 7, or 8? Damn. Now we're in 5. Oh, Yeah. I think so.
And now for the bad news.
Well,
hold on. Let me hit Loom.
Wait, I got one more thing.
Okay.
The only other thing that if interest rate, if Inflation is still going up, but not high, and they attribute some of it to the East Coast dock workers strike.
It's West Coast too, just so you know, both coasts.
No, it's not.
I thought both coasts are doing it.
Nope.
Oh, it's just East Coast. Okay.
Just East Coast. It's East Coast and it's Southern Coast. So like through Texas, which is like, okay, so the whole East Coast.
So the whole East Coast, yeah.
It's a whole East
Wow.
Coast. So that might do some things. We'll see. But Lance was going to pull up and we'll transition.
Over to the bad news.
There we go. So again,
Our new friends over at the AIA.
yes. New buddies. I hope. I hope. I hope in
Call
like
me on my bullshit. That's all I'm asking for.
in 3 months we're like, this is what I want to say. Like AIA is awesome.
Yes.
We were stupid.
Hey, I would love to say it too.
Yes, we're dumb.
I would love to say it too.
Yes. And
I'll get an AIA tattoo.
oh, okay. I'm not gonna do this, but my wife like, she's like for Christmas. I don't know why we are thinking about this. She's like, you should put a bandage over your leg.
That's cool.
Yeah, and I was like,
It's already cool. I don't even know why, but this is already cool.
yeah. And then I was like, why? And then tell Lance that because you admire him so much and like him so much, you also got a dragon tattoo on your leg.
Oh, dragon tattoo. I thought you said, why did I hear bandage?
No, I said that.
Oh.
So then I could peel it off and you could see the dragon, the fake dragon.
Cool.
So-
Lance, let's go. I have one tattoo. I was 18 and dumb.
Well, I don't think it was like, no.
No, apparently.
You should have a dragon tattoo.
Why do you have a tattoo? I don't know. I was 18. I got to get one.
Yeah, it makes sense
I
to
was a
me.
90s kid.
I'd be more disappointed if you didn't have one.
Okay, here we go.
Let's put it that way. So the August billing index, I mean, we're already in, what are we in, October here? So 45.7 current. So that means 50 is you matched what you did before. So it keeps going down. And the only thing I want to read is the last paragraph.
The last paragraph.
And it
So
says,
it's
"Finally."
still not the best, right? Here's what we're doing. Here we go.
Yep. Finally, when asked about the degree of confidence that their firms will see improved business conditions over the next 12 to 18 months, 3/4 of firms, so 75%, were at least somewhat confident, with 14 of those 3/4 saying that they were very highly confident. Yes, that's because the math wouldn't work out unless it was that way.
Yeah.
However, slightly more than 1 in 5 firms, 21%, indicated that they are not very confident, while the 4 remaining said they do not know. Large firms located in the South, and firms with multifamily residential specialization were most likely to indicate that they are both very confident that they will see improving business conditions over the next year and a half.
That's surprising.
And it might just be because
I'm surprised.
we're like at the bottom. Go all the way down, Lance, please.
Oh.
And then click on the second image. Oh, not all the way down. Boot, dude, up. Stop. Down. There, click.
This?
The second one.
This.
Yes. So this is those over the last probably year. Yep. And you can see the rates of design contracts, inquiries, and billings. Billings is the one that's rubber hits the road. And all of those numbers have been for a whole year under 50. So every month has been ticking lower overall.
Not good. I was going to just Google ABI September. Would that be out yet?
I went and got the most recent one.
No, it's not. Okay.
Yeah.
Just making sure.
Yep.
Good enough. Okay. What do we got next? Last but certainly not least, we've got our good friend here, Tyler Suomala. I've got a little trivia for Al.
Ooh.
I'm going to read it to everybody. Tyler Suomala, beautiful pronouns there. Growth detect. Love it. Yeah. My professor caught me off guard. Here's what they said. The architects that win always break the rules. And the reason they win is because they developed a better solution that made the rules irrelevant. Most of us wrongly assume that rules are the starting constraint. But in reality, rules are what you should evaluate first. Do they make sense? Do they allow for the best solution? What rule is preventing the best outcome? I don't believe rules are meant to be broken. They're made to produce the best outcome, but they're not always right. Do you agree?
I agree 100%. even so, the architects that win break the rules. It sort of depends because
It's okay. It's okay. I'll take care of it. Yeah.
Okay. For some reason, my brain immediately went to star architects.
Yep.
Right. And because here's what happens is that we all operate in rules. There is principles thinking, and then there's analogy thinking. Analogy thinking is, hey, but this townhome is like the other townhomes, and I'm going to incrementally improve upon it, right?
Yep.
And you need to know the rules to know when it's appropriate to break rules. And one of the things in marketing, right, is that all of a sudden you break a preconception or a rule that not only solves the base solution, but solves it better than you could before. And that's what Starchitects are great at. And I would say every problem doesn't need that level of thinking, but we are so ingrained to look at outliers that that's what we focus on a lot. So like, yes, if you're going for a Starchitect project, that's how you win. Like, oh, buildings are supposed to look like buildings. And then Gary and Daniel are like, nope, no, they aren't. Don't look like a building. Look like something else.
Yeah.
So that's my take.
Beautiful take. That was honestly exactly what I knew you would like it because this is here's exactly when I thought of Al Gore. Okay, this is the number one reason why Al Gore is my business partner is because I thought, and the reason they win is because they developed a better solution that made the rules irrelevant. Like I always liked Al's brain because he thinks like that. He's like, yep, we got to have rules. Like no matter what, we got to have rules. Like it's gonna happen. You know, you like let's say all the governments went away tomorrow. Al already still has a government. He is the king of his house. His wife is the queen. Home Depot's here. We got to go. So the rules matter. You got to pay attention to them, and you got to figure out how to work within them, around them, bend them, and sometimes make them irrelevant to make yourself relevant. If you like this episode, you know what to do. Leave us a positive comment, like, subscribe on the YouTube. We'll see you next week. We're sorry if we're gone. Bye.